Hello guys and girls, welcome to Global Coding Cohort. I hope my voice and visuals are fine. There is no issue. I hope there is no issue. There's no visual sounds, audio. Today let's get started with bitwise operators. Please take notes along with me. First, let's learn about and before that let's assign 5 to A and 2 to B. Let's assign two values to A and B. That's it. Uh, how bitwise operators does its operation means when we give 5 or any number to it, the operation is done in a bitwise manner, that is, to its binary. If we perform operations on A and B, the operation will be performed on the binaries of A and B. To know the binaries of A, we have a function called bin. We can pass the particular value to it. Here we pass A and we get 101. The 0B says that this output is in binary form. It says the output is binary. 0B represents binary output. We just have to omit that 0B and we have to take rest of the values as output. We should take only this much. Those values that are present after 0B. Okay. The same with the case of bin of 2. Bin of 2 or B. Got it? After 0B we have 10. Convert decimal to binary. Now let's perform and operation over A and B. We get 0. How we got 0? Let's see that. And returns 1 when both the numbers are 1. Else it will return 0. Got it? Note this rule. Now let's see how this operation is performed on 5 and 2. We know that what's the binary of 5? It's 1, 0, 1. Before proceeding further, I'll give a small table how this binary is generated. 0, 0. It starts with the 2 bits. Okay. 0, 0 means 0. 0, 1 means 1. 1, 0 means 2. And 1, 1. Here you can see first 0, 1. Then you start with 1, 0. Then 1, 1. First we should change the first bit. Then should change the next one. Understood? So this is 3. For 4, we have to change both these numbers. 1, 0, 0. Next 1, 0, 1. This is 5. First we should change first bit. Next we should change next one. and change the, what comes next is 1, 1, 0. This 0 becomes 1 and this 1 becomes 0. This is how this table goes. Dot 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 till n. Okay. Just for an understanding, I am writing this 0 to 5. It goes till n, till 10, 100, 1000, etc. Okay. But a number gets generated in this pattern. Got it? Take this down. Noted. Okay. Now let's see how AND operation is performed on 5 and 0. What is 5? 1, 0, 1. What is 2? It's 1, 0. It's just 1, 0. But we have 3 digits over here, and for 2 we just have only 2 digits. How to match it? We just have to add 0 before it. Then 1, 0. This 1, 0. Got it? And we know that we have written here only if 1 and 1, both the numbers are 1, it will return 0. Sorry, it will return 1. Else, it will return 0. So here, we just have only 1, 1 over here. So we get 0 here. Here also we just have only 1, 1. Here also we just have only 1, 1. So in all the 3 tabs, we got 0. What is 0, 0, 0? Just before we saw 0, 0 means 0. It's not 0, 0, 0 means also it is 0. Even if it is 4, 0, it is 0. Even if it is 5, 0, it is 0. Okay. So that's why we got 0 over here. Understood? Note this down. Next we will see OR operation. Here also we'll perform OR operation over A and B. And we got 7. How is OR operation performed? If any is 1, if any of the numbers is 1, then it will return 1. Else, it will return 0. This is the rule of OR operation. Got it? So now let's see how the operation is performed over 5 and 2. 1, 0, 1. 0, 1, 0. And we have written here, if any of the number is 1, then it will return 1, else 0. Here we have at least 1, 1. So we get 1. Here also we have 1, 1. So we get 1. Here we have 1, 1. The pair is this, okay. Operation is done like this. Got it? So here we have 1. So we get 1, 1, 1. What is 1, 1, 1? It is nothing but 7. Got it? That's right. We got 7. Understood? Now this down. Let's move to next one. I'm leaving small gap for you to take notes in the way that you understand so that you can recall those concepts when you revise later. So in the small gaps, take notes in the way that you understand. Next, let's learn XOR operation. is represented using this symbol. Let's perform XOR operation over A and B. Now we get the same 7. But how is this calculated? XOR. If any is 1, but not both. If any is 1, but not both, means it will return 1, else it will return 0. This means take down this table so that you will get a clear understanding about it. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. If any is 0, it will return 1. If both are 1, it will return 0. Okay, this is what mentioned in, but not both. If both are 1, it will return 0. Only if one is present one time in the pair, it will return 1. Got it? Take this table. Noted? Now let's see how this operation is done over A and 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. We have written over there, if any is 1, only if any is 1, it will return 1. So here in all pairs, we have only 1, 1. So we get 1, 1, 1 over here. What is 1, 1, 1? It is 7. Got it? Take notes. Now let's learn note. It is represented using this tilde symbol. Okay. Not behaves in two ways. There are two types of numbers, signed numbers and unsigned numbers. In Python, this a equal to 5 is considered as a positive number. By default, in Python, these numbers are considered to be positive. Positive means it is considered to be plus sign. Even if we do not mention, that is by default considered to be a positive number. So I cannot show you that practically in this code, how not operation is performed to unsigned numbers. Okay. In Python, this 5 is considered to be positive. So this not. With unsigned numbers, just consider unsigned 5. It is 101, isn't it? Unsigned 1, unsigned 5. So what it does means, you perform not operation over unsigned 5, it will just convert all 1s to 0 and zeros to 1. It will just invert it. It will invert all 1s to 0 and zeros to 1. So what is 1, 0? It is 2. This is unsigned 5, not on unsigned 5. Okay. Note it down. Noted? Now let's see how it behaves with signed file. To signed file, first of all, I will show you what's the result, and then I will explain you why that happened. When we performed not operation over A, which is 5, we got minus 6 result. Why we got minus 6? As I said in Python, A equal to 5 is considered to be a positive 5. Positive, what is not doing here? It is just inverting. So this positive, when not is applied over this positive number, it is converted to a negative sign. Positive is converted to negative. Noted? So that's why we got minus over here. But how we got 6? Let's see it. With signed numbers, this is a signed number, right? 5. Signed 5. Some operation, something like this, will be performed. 0, 0, 1 will be added. In binary operation, 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. So 0 comes here, 1 goes there, and here we get 1 and the same 1, 0, 1. So what is 110? 110 is 6. That's why we got 6 over here. And this plus is inverted to minus. That's why we got minus 6. Understood? Okay. Now let's move on to the next topic, loop. Till this session, we just write something like this, a equal to 5. So, or what's happening there? When we give a equal to 5, this is executing for one time, isn't it? This is executing for one time. Now just assume a task that you have got a task given I equal to 0. You are given the task to add 1 to it. You are given with a task to add 1 to it until you reach 5. Until the i's value becomes 5, you are given the task to add 1 to it. Okay, some of you might think, why shouldn't we add just directly? The task is, we can do I plus 5, I plus 5 also, but the task is to add only 1 at a time. And now we can think, okay, to achieve the task, you might think and write some code, something like this. We have a feature in Python, so that's what we got to see here. We can edit something like this. Okay, we can press Control, and if we can click, and at the same time we can write or delete at these places. This is a feature. Okay, so now we achieve the task. Now assume, what if I told you to add 1 at a time till you reach 10,000? Will you sit and write some code like this? What if I give 1 crore? Can you? So this is the place where the need of loop comes in. So what does loop does? It repeatedly executes the body. Body means whichever given inside that loop, whichever statement, that may be a single line of code, or that may be a multiple line of code. Whatever given inside that loop, The entire whatever given inside it, one line or everything will be looped repeatedly based on the condition, based on our need. If we need to loop it 2 times, it will execute that particular lines 2 times. If we give 2000 times, it will execute that body for 2000 times. Got it? This is what the task of this loop. So in situation like this, we can use loop. So as a first step towards this, first now let's learn what's for loop. In different ways we can do looping. Now let's learn how to use for loop. Okay. Previously I said to you, right, there are many ways to do the same task itself. I will show you those hereafter. And when we start with competitive coding, we will see uh, various possibility of doing the same task just in a single code, single line of code, or with multiple lines of basic coding. Now, for instance, just I will assume a variable called 0. I want now this sum to be 5. The end of, instead of writing this I plus 1, I plus 1, I am replacing I with sum. Okay, this is the counter variable. Got it? Okay, need not get confused. I will replace all I with sum. Okay, and here I will use I. By default, I is considered to be a looping variable or a counter or iterating variable. Okay. Before that, I will show you the syntax of for. For some looping variable that with those written in angle brackets can be replaced with any variable. Okay. Then again, this is a keyword. For keyword, for is keyword, in is keyword. Then something, any data structure, whatever we want to get it looped. Those will be written here. Then followed by a colon. We have to leave in Python. We have to leave a tab space. Tab space. So whatever is written after this tab space will be considered to be written within this for loop. All the code that we write after leaving this space, tab space, will be falling within this for loop. So this will be considered as the body of loop of this for loop. Got it? Noted? Here we are using a function called range, isn't it? If we just give range of 5, then it will generate values till 4, starting with 0. If we just give one number, by default, it will assume the start to be 0 and it will generate till 4. How this will get generated? It will generate 0 first. Then we'll check if this, then it will generate 1. Then it will check if this number is less than 5. Yes. If yes, it will continue creating 2. Then 3. Now it might try to generate a number 5, and when it checks if this number is less than 5, the condition is failed. 4 is less than 5, so it continued. But when it continued, now the number became 5. Is this number less than 5? No, it is equal to 5, isn't it? So this should be omitted. So it will return us 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got it? Now what if we give two numbers to the function range? One comma 5. What will happen? Now this number will be taken as start. This will be taken as n plus 1. What is n? Till which it is going to generate. Okay. So this will return 1, 2, 3, and 4. It will generate 1. Checks if the number is less than 5. Yes. Continues. 2. Yes, it is less than 5. It will continue the operation till 4. When it reaches 5, it will check if this number is less than 5. No, it is equal to 5. So the condition failed. You will get this much. Got it? Note it down quickly. Now let's see what happens if we pass 3 numbers to this function range. One, 2, not 2, let's give 10 and 2 over here. Now this one will be considered as start, this is stop, and this is step. Step means how many steps forward or backward. We can move either forward or backward. And how much? This means positive. That means forward. If you give minus, then it will be considered as backward. Then it will give a meaning. We have to move backward. So as we give for a 2, it will be considered forward. Forward 2 steps. If we give minus, backward 2 steps. Got it? This is stop. Stop means this will generate till 9. Okay. Till 9 means if there comes a number 9, it will generate. Okay. The generated number will not exceed 10. Surely it will not exceed 10. Understood? So now first it will generate 1. Then 1 plus 2, it is 3. Because step is 2, isn't it? So it will jump 2 steps forward. We have given just 2, not minus 2. So it is considered to be forward 2 steps. Now 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 2, 11. Checking the condition. Is this less than 10? Is this less than? At each step, it will check if the number is less than 10 or not. Here, it will generate. But is this less than 10? No. So it will generate and the loop will be stopped over there. Got it? So in this way, I am going to achieve this task by giving 5. If I give 5, how many times this code which is within, this is the body, isn't it? This is within this for loop. How many times this code is going to get executed? 5 times. Can you achieve the same result? We got the same results. Here also we got, right? Now here, if you want if you want the result to be 1000, then we can give 1000 over here. But whereas here we cannot keep writing this, duplicating this line of code, isn't it? So we are using the feature loop. And here we are seeing for loop. Got it? Now let's generate. Let's see a few examples with for loop. I told you if we can give in the while teaching syntax, I told you for iterator variable in, you can give anything which you want to get it iterated. Here we gave range. What do range return? Range return the outputs. If I return 5, then it return 0 to 5. So this is what is getting iterated over here. Now let's try with another example. For each number in, you all learned list, isn't it? For each number, we are going to pass a list over there. Object to do. I'm going to give a list. I'm going to give some random numbers in this list. 100, 0, 5, something like this. You can give anything. Literally, you can give anything over here. It will just get iterated and will be printed. I want this to be looped and printed. Okay. So, okay. Now I'm going to pass it here. Object to loop. My task is to get one by one those values. Here we have some values present in this list, isn't? I want one by one using this loop. So who will carry that number? Each number, sorry, each value. We are just having different values, right? So each value, this variable, each value gets values present in it one by one and will pass it to print function. So we will get it printed one by one. Understood? Understand how range works also very well, because in 2 to 3 days we will start coding different problems. We will start writing solutions to different problems. So at that time, in many places you will have to use the range. Not just range, all these basic concepts are very important, so get thorough with it. Now let's see one more example as well. You are given a task to generate 1 to 5, and in between, when the number is 3, you are asked to print it 2 times. You can do this task in 2 ways. And then taking this specific example because we cannot get full control, to show that we cannot get full control of this for loop, because For loop is just iterating over the values which this range is already generated. So we do not get complete control over it. Got it? I can achieve the task. I will show you. If I equal to 3, print I, and it will print other i's as well. When it is I, it will print one more print, okay? It will print one more time. And for in other cases, when the I is other numbers, it will print this. This print will get executed, okay? The print within this if will not get executed. This will get executed only when I is 3. So now we get 0, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. So this we cancelled it. Good. Okay. Now what's happening here is we are manually just simply printing something like this using I. We are not taking control of the I. Got it? To help you know it, I will print something like this. Value of no, that will not deliver the meaning properly. What I'm trying to say is it is just iterating the value that is generated by the range. We are not manually incrementing i's value. Got it? This is what I'm trying to say. So in this case, if we need when we need full control over a loop, then we have to go with while loop. So here we had lot of i's. That's why that all those got replaced with some. We replaced. When I replaced, I didn't remember that we have I before. Today I updated. Today I updated Jupyter Lab. I think some bug is there. So we cancelled. It is not going. While loop. While loop gives full control to us. Okay, let it be there. Some. Okay. The syntax of while is like this. While while condition. When I explained range, I explained about a condition, right? It will check at each iteration, it will check some condition, isn't it? That is this condition. And we should have a looping variable over here, initialized with some number, okay? Then a tab space, whatever code is written within this tab, after this tab will be considered to be present within this while loop. This is the body of while loop. Then we have to increment, or we have to do some operation over this counter variable, either moving forward or backward. Okay, or any other operation as well. Okay, you can't do anything. You just have to move forward or backward. Understood? Now we have this I is our looping variable, and I want I to get incremented till I is less than 5. Let's finish the loop and then let's write our task. Now loop is over. We have looping variable, a condition, and a line to move forward, and a steps line. This is steps. Steps. Here is where I is getting forwarded or backwarded. Got it? Looping variable. Condition to stop. Okay. Condition to stop loop. Here what will I do means, first I'll expand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is my requirement? I want here it looped 5 times. Using this if we once again printed the same variable. But here what we are going to do is, we are going to make this loop run one more time. Okay. To show you the difference, I will keep a variable called count. Okay. Loop count. This is the proof. When this loop gets executed, loop count gets incremented with 1. Now what is the loop count? It is 5. Here also let's have, this is for understanding, okay? To understand how many times loop runs. Okay. Here also we are using the same variable, loop count equal to 0. Each time when this loop counts, loop executes, loop runs, execute, run, all use the same name. Okay. Each time when the loop runs, this loop count gets incremented with 1. Increment means 1 will be added. This will count the number of times. Previously, we just simply printed I one more time. Here also we will use I. Here also we will use if condition, but that is not just to simply print, but to make the loop run one more time. Got it? That means one more time means already the loop is running for 5 times. If we make the loop run one more time, what will happen? The loop will run for 6 times. Got it? So here when I 3, okay, let's print it first. That if I is 3, then I am decreasing I with 1. Okay, some of you might wonder what is I plus equal to 1, I minus equal to 1. I equal to I plus 1. Both has the same meaning. Okay. Okay. Rather than writing here, I will write it. It's 4. I equal to I plus 1, or I plus equal to 1. Both are same. Both does the same operation, addition. Okay. If I equal to 0, I plus or equal to 1 means 1 will be added to I and will be stored in I. Now the new value of I is 0. So 1. After incrementing, i's value becomes 1. How? 0 plus 1, 1. And 1 will be stored in I. So the new value of I is 1. Got it? So now here, to make it, I told you, right, I can take the control of loop. Control of loop means I'm taking the looping variable itself and I'm reducing it's here. I didn't reduce and I just simply printed it once more. But here I'm not printing it one more time. Instead, after printing 3, I'm reducing this I. Currently, when I is 3, I'm making one more time. I'm making it 2. How I'm making it 2? I'm reducing 1 from I. Got it? I'm subtracting that I with 1. Got it? So now, sorry. This is what happens when you take control of the loop. There are chances for this to happen if we are careless about it. So immediately when we see some infinite loops over here, we should stop the code from running. How can we stop means I'm going to use a variable called flag. So when I take control of the loop, there are high chances for the loop to go infinitely. Never ending loop. Okay, that's why 3 got printed infinitely. Got it? To prevent from such scenario, I'm going to use a variable flag. And I will execute to make sure that this line gets executed. That means I am checking why that infinite loop happened. And I have written here a condition. Only when this condition fails, this loop should stop. But when I take control of this loop, and whenever there comes 3, I'm making it 2. So every time the I will become 3 and 2. Whenever it becomes 3, I am reducing it to 2. And here it gets incremented. And again 3 comes in. Because it is 3, it is getting subtracted with 1 and will become 2. Here getting incremented 3. Again I will come here and as it is 3 and this operation will continue. So our loop do not have an end. So to make that not happen, I want this to execute only one time. So I'm having a flag variable like a toggle switch, okay, to switch on. Only when it is 0, I want this to get executed. So once this is executed, I will make the flag to 1. That means I'm giving a logic that if this I minus 1, this body within the if has executed one time. So what is the condition? When will this get executed? Only if this body has not executed at least for one time. When this body has never been executed, this will get executed. That means until when I is equal to 3 and flag is equal to 0. So once this body is executed, the flag's value is getting changed. So next time this will never get executed. This flag is making sure that this body gets executed only one time. So when it is executed one time, so one time the 3 will be subtracted with 1 and will become 2, will be incremented, and 3 comes again, and the next second 3 will be printed. Next time it will not get executed. I will explain you once again. First 0 coming in, checking, I equal to 3, it is false. 5 equal to 0, true. What is this doing? Only if both of these conditions are true, it will allow this body to get executed. So when 0 comes in, no problem, it will just print 0, checking this condition, fails, then comes here, 0 gets incremented with 0 gets added with 1, and then now i's value become 1, and now I is 1, loop count will become, okay, the loop count I will show you. I told you this loop will execute for 6 times, right? And this is its proof. This loop got executed for 6 times because we took full control of this loop by subtracting 1 with I when I is 3. Okay, one by one I'll explain you once again. 0 comes in when initially the value of I is 0, isn't 0 is getting checked. Is 0 less than 5? Yes. So the loop, this condition is true. So when this condition is true, this body gets executed. What is the first line present in this body? Print this 5. Print I. So what is I? Currently the value of I is 0. So this 0 gets executed. Then next, what's the second line? It is checking if the value of I is 3. In this case, currently the I is 0. Currently the I is 0. So it returns false. False and flag equal to 0. Yes, our flag is still 0. But as we have and over here, false and true, it is false. So this body will not get executed. It will not get executed. Will not. So directly it comes to this I plus equal to 1. What will happen here? Currently the value of I is 0. Now 1 is added to I, and now I becomes 1. Loop count also gets added with 1. Now again the next loop. Now this new one comes here. Now this one, now the current value of I after this line, I becomes 1, isn't? Now this I comes here and checks. Now the condition will be checked. Is the I less than 5? Yes, because it is 1. 1 is less than 5, true. Now again, second time the body gets executed. What's the first line? Print I. What is present in I? 1. So 1 got printed. Next, it is checking. Is this condition, is both of this condition true? No. So directly it comes here and I is added with 1. So now the new value of I is 2. Now 2 comes here. This loop count also will get incremented, okay? But for the story, I'm making it short and telling this how this loop works. Now the current value of 2 is, so I is 2, and checking the condition whether 2 is less than 5. Yes, the body gets executed, it prints the 2, checks this condition, it goes false, so directly comes here, I gets incremented. Now currently the I value is 3, and this 3 will come here, checking if this I is less than 5. Yes, the body gets executed, so it prints I. What is I? 3. The first 3 got printed. Now it is checking if these conditions are true. Yes, I equal to 3. Yes, the current value of I is 3 and 3 is equal to 3. This is true. Whether flag is equal to 0? Yes, both the conditions have now become true, and now this body gets executed. So what we are doing here, to take control of to make the loop run 6 times, we are, after this first 3 is printed, right? After this first 3 is printed, this condition is, both these condition got for become true, both of these condition become true, and this body gets executed. So here we do subtraction. We minus 1 with I. What is the current value? It printed 3, and but still until the value of I is 3. At this line, we are subtracting it with 1. So now the value of I becomes 2. When it entered this body, it was 3, and it printed this first 3, and after when both of these conditions became true, I is reduced to 2 and flag is changed to 0 to 1 to make sure that this body gets only one executed only one time. Now as usual, now in this place the value of I becomes 2. Now I comes here, it gets incremented again to 3 and that 3 again comes here and check if the value is less than 5. Yes, it prints the value once again. So now the second 3 got printed. Now it is checking is this I equal to 3? Yes, yes, it's true. But flag equal to is the flag currently 0? No, because when this body got executed, to make sure that this body executed only one time, we changed the value of flag from 0 to 1, isn't it? So now this condition became true, but this went false. So this body will not be executed. So directly this body will be skipped and the current 3, the current 3 means second 3 will come here and get incremented with 1 and now the I becomes 4, goes there, 4 checks if 4 is less than 5, yes, prints I, yes, checks both the conditions are true, no it is not true, directly comes over to this line, gets incremented, now it will become 5 and checks if 5 less than 5, no, so leave it, the while loop stops there, got it? It will become 5. The i's value become 5. Only after that it will stop. The evidence is this. You can see after after this loop, i's value is 5. You can see. So this 5 is not less than 5. So the while loop stops there. But as we took control of the loop and made it to run one more time in this place, we made it to run one more time. So the total loop count is now 6. Whereas here we cannot take control of that. So our total loop counters was 5. Got it? I hope for loop and while loop is clear for all of you. Please like and support our community. Subscribe to our channel. Like, share it with your colleagues who want to learn Python. We are going to solve a lot of coding questions in the near future. I, I assure that if you attend live daily and if you practice things, whatever we taught, we learned here, I'm sure you will clear the coding round of interviews and will help you get a good job. Write down things in a way that you understand, revise it. When you come tomorrow, please make sure that you are thorough with these topics till which we have learned this much days. Okay, and that's it for now. Thank you, folks. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Until then, bye bye.